Today we will learn how to travel from Hoi An to Vinh Moc Tunnels by car amidst the years of fierce bombing. No one could have imagined that there was a Vinh Moc Tunnel, a world of living and fighting in the ground, completely isolated from the outside world. Vinh Moc Tunnels is a cultural and historical relic with great historical and educational values, a symbol of undying patriotism, the unyielding will, and the creativity of his father during the resistance years. War. Visiting Vinh Moc Tunnels, visitors will feel the arduous endurance, incessant creativity, and brave fighting spirit of Quang Tri's army and people during the war years. How to get from Hoi An to Vinh Moc Tunnels by private car. Distance from Hoi An to Vinh Moc Tunnels by private car will take about 4,5 hours, 227 kilometers. There are many means to move here for travel such as motorbike rental, taxi. Private car transportation is the optimal solution. A private car is undoubtedly the fastest, most luxurious, and most comfortable way to make this journey. Having a private driver gives you the advantage of being picked up and dropped off directly at your hotel at any time that suits you. It also minimizes any potential stress as the journey from Hoi An to Vinh Moc Tunnels is simple, unchanged midway. Price list: transfer from Hoi An to Vinh Moc Tunnels by private car 4 seats, 3,100,000 VND. What to expect in your trip? Your trip with unchanged travel will begin with being picked up from your hotel by our professional driver. You'll get to stop visiting famous landmarks on the route from Hoi An to Vinh Moc Tunnels below: Hoi An Pass, Horror Highway, the Street of Horror, Long Hung Church, Dak Mu Fire Base, Hien Luong Bridge. Vinh Moc Tunnels. Interesting information about Hoi An to Vinh Moc Tunnels. Vinh Moc Tunnels is located in Vinh Moc Village, Vinh Thach Commune, Vinh Linh District, Quang Tri Province, 7 kilometers north of Kua Tung Beach. From Dong Ha City, it takes about 1 hour to drive a motorbike along National Highway 1A to the north and then turn to a small road down to the sea to reach Vinh Moc Tunnels. On the road lined with green bamboo, perhaps few people know that right below their feet is a system of tunnels, an underground world of Vinh Linh army and people during the years of resistance from 1965 to 1972. In 1965, before the destruction of the U.S. Air Force and artillery, Vinh Moc countryside was completely destroyed. With the will an inch does not go, a glass does not leave. Each village and commune is a fortress. Vinh Ling's army and people have quietly moved their lives from the ground to the underground. Vinh Moc Tunnels is one of 114 large and small tunnels dug throughout Vinh Linh district. These 114 tunnels have a total length of nearly 42 kilometers. Among many revolutionary bases in the fireland of Quang Tri, the Vinh Moc Tunnel village system is the most typical work for the unyielding will, refusing to back down from the invaders of his father. The work was started in early 1965 and was completed on February 18, 1966, located in the heart of a red basalt hill running close to the edge of the sea. The special thing is that the commander of this project, engineer, at that time education had just finished primary school. Currently, he is a former lieutenant colonel living in Dong Ha City and is blind due to his wounds in the war. The work was started in early 1965 and was completed on February 18, 1966, located in the heart of a red basalt hill running close to the edge of the sea. The special thing is that the commander of this project, engineer, at that time his education had just finished primary school. Currently, he is a former lieutenant colonel living in Dong Ha City and is blind due to his wounds in the war. The entire tunnel system has a dome-shaped structure with dimensions of 0.9 meters by 1.75 meters, length of 2,034 meters, including many branches connected to each other through the main axis of 870 meters long. The tunnel has 13 doors, of which 6 are connected to the hill, 7 are facing the sea and 3 are vent wells. Moreover, the hatches have wooden columns to prevent collapse and landslides, discreetly camouflaged, inclined to the wind, ensuring ventilation. The ground of Vinh Moc Tunnel is dug 5 meters higher than sea level, inclined from 8 to 120 degrees from south to north, from west to east so that water can easily drain, not stagnate in the tunnel. All living it still works normally even in the rainy season. Thanks to that, the clay in the tunnel became harder and harder, making the Vinh Moc Tunnel structure still exist almost intact to this day. Stepping into the tunnels is a cool feeling. The ventilation and cooling system makes visitors surprised. It is the factor that ensures absolute safety of ventilation and ventilation. Ensuring that hundreds of people live and fight in the tunnels is the most important factor of the tunnels. Going deep into the tunnels, under the bright enough lights, visitors can clearly see the red earth color of the legendary land as well as the precise and scientific distribution for each location, place, and activity in the area. This is not only a simple battle tunnel village like other works but also an underground living space of soldiers and locals. They turned the ground into solid fortresses with 3 interconnected floors. The first floor is 8 to 10 meters deep, used for combat maneuvers and shelter. The second floor, 12 to 15 meters above the ground, is where the villagers live. The third floor is more than 23 meters deep, used as a warehouse for food and weapons for Hoi Island as well as for fighting for Vinh Moc Tunnels and soldiers. It can be said that Vinh Moc Tunnels is an underground village with works such as domestic water wells, rice storage, Hoang Cam kitchen, guard station, telephone station, infirmary, operating room, house, midwifery, bathroom. In particular, along both sides of the tunnel, 1.8 meters deep and 0.8 meters wide are cut into small cells, which are rooms for households of 3 to 4 people who can live. Inside the tunnel, there is also a hall used as a meeting place, cultural performance, movie screening with a capacity of more than 50 people. Vinh Moc Tunnels is considered a typical work of Vinh Linh Tunnel village system. The tunnels are started from the wells, then spread out into the tunnels. Tunnels often run zigzag, in a Z shape to create solid bends, using the earth wall itself to block the path of bombs if dropped. In nearly 2,000 days and nights of existence, in the heart of the tunnels, no one was injured and 17 babies were born, enough to show the value and meaning of Vinh Moc Tunnels, and at the same time, it is a miraculous story about the land of Vietnam. The land and the people here. Especially during this time, Vinh Moc troops and people did not only use the tunnels as shelters and avoid bombs, but also organize raids right in the homeland, save and treat wounded and sick soldiers. In particular, hundreds of suicide boats from Vinh Moc have headed to the sea to support Hoi Island. With those great historical values, in 1976, the Ministry of Culture and Information, now the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, specially recognized the Vinh Moc Tunnel site as a historical and cultural relic. National level. In 2014, Vinh Moc Tunnel Relic continued to be recognized as a special national relic. This is one of the attractive destinations of the Quang Tri DMZ, Demilitarized Zone, tourist route and attracts many tourists to visit and learn. On the site of the relic site, there is also the Vinh Moc Tunnels Museum, which displays war remnants, especially the famous painting To Be or Not to Be. Vinh Moc Tunnels, a very unique work during the anti-American war and national salvation, has become a place of lively patriotic tradition education for young generations, an interesting, attractive, and unique tourist destination for young people. Visitor. Although they have heard a lot about the miracle of this tunnel, only when visiting and exploring the tunnels can visitors understand the hard life and steadfast heart of Vinh Moc army and people over the years. The month of resistance against invaders, gaining independence and freedom for the country. In the Quang Tri travel journey, returning to Vinh Moc today, visitors can feel the hot breath of the old war, thereby more loving their homeland. Old war, thereby more loving